Well, good afternoon and welcome to June 2023. We are four of your five Rowan County Commissioners. We are honored to work for you and on your behalf. Keep Mike Caskey in your thoughts and prayers. He's on reserve duty over the next couple of weeks, and so we're sorry that he's not here with us. It is the tradition of this board that we do a couple of things as we get started. We're going to have a pledge, but we're also going to have our chaplain, Chaplain Taylor. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. He's hidden, back there. So Chaplain Taylor will come forward. He's going to provide for us what's called a solemnizing prayer. And if you've been here before, we always explain this is a prayer that's for the commissioners, not for you. We genuinely seek wisdom in those things that we have to make decisions for this community, because they're always big decisions. And so we seek wisdom in that. And to bring down wisdom upon us, we ask a chaplain to come forward and lead us in prayer. And commissioners, if you'll join me, we'll get started. Chaplain Taylor.
Commissioners, Lord, thanks for the privilege and honor today to come in behalf of the county commissioners, dear Lord. Again, thank you for them and the work they do for Rowan County, dear Lord. I thank for the many hours just put in, Lord, that the public doesn't see, that the work they do. And we ask you to grant them the wisdom they need each and every day, but also today as we have this meeting today. Thank you for the opportunity we have. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Michael, thank you for being with us as always, for your time that you give to us every other week. All right, we've got an agenda before us. I have some additions to make. First addition will be a change order for Interstate Roofing Company. We're going to add that as consent item Z, as in zebra. The next one is a change order and sole source for Piedmont Pharmaceutical. That'll be consent item AA. And then Ward Master Service Agreement, the ESP Associates, that'll be consent item BB. And then we have boards that we'll be adding, and Ron Cabarrus Community College sent over a nomination for a board position. We'll add that and discuss that during board appointments. So those were the four that I have. Are there any other additions or any deletions? All right, then we'll add also updated KMD construction contract. We'll make that item CC. And then conditional district rezoning request, West End Plaza, item D David. Does that cover it? All right, thank you, Madam Clerk. All right, any other additions or deletions? All right, if we don't have any, then do we have a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
So moved.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, then we'll need to go back and approve the consent agenda. Motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, we'll move on to public comment. We have one person signed up, a real character. Sheriff Allen, we're glad you're here with us. Welcome.
I wanted to come just give the board an update on the office and some things that you have helped us with. In December, when I took office, we were 35 employees across the office short. As of last Friday, we're 11 on paper short. Now we have some in training, some in field training, and some in basic law enforcement school. But Aaron Church's office, Anna Baumgartner, Kelly Tolley, and Debbie Holshauser have really worked with us in bringing in some experience as well as helping us all around in our budget areas. I'm very pleased with some of the recommendations in the budget for our cost study year for our employees. We're very happy with that. But I want to thank the Board of Commissioners for allowing us to use the lapsed salary money for overtime in the jail on the road. As of July 1st, we'll be stopping the overtime for the patrol division. We're sufficient there. We will hopefully keep that in the jail for a couple of weeks, but hope to end that by the summer so that we're not wasting those lapsed salaries, but that is part of your fund balance at the end of the year, those salaries. So, but I think that's a joint effort in our recruiting, but also your county management. I know you know that they do a good job, but they've really worked with us to help us in those areas. It's not always been fun. I'm learning the roles, but it's been really, really well. I appreciate the work they've done. I want to invite everybody. I don't know how long your meeting will be today, but we have our first art exhibit at the sheriff's office today. We have some elementary schools that will be focusing their art in our hallways. So we have our first from 5 to 6 today. If you want to stop by and get a cookie and some punch, and some students and their artwork and their parents will be displayed in our hallway. So we're excited about doing that with the school system. One thing about budgets, I want you to be aware of, and I know that you are, a budget from last year to this year is about a 6.5% increase over last year. And that includes the cost of living raise for all of our employees countywide. A lot of you are businessmen, business ladies, have operated businesses. And just in operation cost alone, costs have went up 10 to 11 to 12% if we just bought what we bought last year. If we did just what we did last year in my home budget or in a regular budget, you'd have to cut, or you'd see 11 or 12% increase. So I really want you to pay attention to that, especially with staffing needs. Go carefully look at each director and ask what they need staffing wise, especially emergency services. What I've seen in 6 months is our emergency services is growing just as fast as your local economy is. And we're having a hard time keeping up with that. Dispatchers are overrun. The sheriff's department, we need our own channel. Salisbury has their own channel, and we do more volume than they do. And that takes 4 telecommunicators, 1 for each shift. But the point is that we're emergency services, EMS, and we're starting to fall behind in our resources as far as manpower wise. So pay attention to those positions that are asked for. Look at them, study them. I've put 2 positions in front of you today that I'd ask you just to consider, but I'm very pleased with what the help that you have provided us in 6 months. It's made a difference. You allowing us to use funds and moving things around has helped us hire people. I would anticipate by the end of the summer, we're full. And a law enforcement agency in this day and time that can say that, it's not just the sheriff doing the right thing. It's the county and the county management behind that sheriff doing the right thing. So I'm very, very grateful for that. As of July 1st, if what's proposed is passed, I don't think there'll be a jail anywhere around us that can start people at what we start at. And I think that says a lot. And I'm appreciative of that. And Aaron and Anna looking into that for us. That makes us extremely competitive. We just got to keep up now. But I just want to say thank you. Also, the last thing I'll leave is the 4% COLA. We thank you for that. If a sheriff can make a suggestion, I would recommend giving it all at one time. Mm-hmm. I think it might scream I'm cheap if I'm giving you 2% now and keeping 2% of the employees' money for 6 months. I don't know of any other county or city or municipality that gives a COLA and says, well, we're going to keep half of it half the year, and we might give it to you. And all employees remember last year when they thought they were going to get another cost of living raise. It didn't happen. But I know that was based on certain numbers. But I still don't know how worse the economy could have gotten not to got that additional 1.5. But thank you for your time. And again, thank you for the effort that you've helped us with and the county team as well. Thank you.
Thanks, Sheriff. Always good to have you here with us. All right, let's move on to item number 3, and that'll be the financing for upcoming airport hangars. Anna, welcome. And you're always here with us, but welcome anyway.
So you should have all the information in your packet. So this is to approve the contract with JP Morgan for the financing of the airport hangars. It goes to the LGC tomorrow, so we just need your approval today in order for them to move forward tomorrow with their approval. I don't expect any concerns from them tomorrow at all at this point. So
And we're not doing a public hearing on this now, right?
we've already done that.
Already done that,
Yep.
right? All right, so we would need a motion, and I'll make the motion. We authorize the county manager and finance director to sign installment financing contract and security agreement with JP Morgan for the financing of the airport hangars and authorize the finance director to set an account to accept the local proceeds. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion? All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, anything else on that? All right, thank you.
So there's a resolution also
All
that
right.
needs to be approved. I'm sorry.
There's a resolution authorizing the execution and delivery of an installment financing contract to finance the acquisition, construction, and equipping of new airport hangars at Mid-Carolina Regional Airport. I make a motion that we approve this resolution. Is there a second? All right. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All right, thank you. Does that work, Madam Clerk? All right. Always looking out for us. Thank you. All right, Shane, this is PE 03-23, consider permit to exceed noise ordinance for Rod Weaver and Misty Thomas.
So we've heard this request a little over 2 months ago, and the owners, they had an issue with proposed weather, so they had to cancel this event. So this is a new permit request for a new day. It'll be July 2nd, which is a Sunday, 1 to 9. You remember the property from last time, it's an agriculture use property with some structures on the land, but there's 2 access points here, Brown and Patterson. This is the same site plan they had before. We've talked with the sheriff's folks there and they've looked at it, environmental health, everything meets all the standards. Nobody has any concerns. Just like last time, we sent letters to folks within 500 feet, posted a sign on the property. Didn't get any feedback then from the public, nor on the resubmit with notice on the 23rd. So again, just sometimes these requests will come with a built-in rain date. If one date rains out, there's a backup. It didn't have one and none's proposed here, but meets all of our standards for this permit to exceed the noise ordinance request. Any questions?
No. All right, thank you.
And Mr. Weaver's present here if anybody has any questions.
All right, any comment from the applicant at all? All right, you good? All right. Any public comment? If there's any public comment, we'd love to hear from you. Want to make sure the public gets to comment. Yes, come on forward. Yeah. Oh, no, we don't have decorum here, so you're all good.
Okay, my name is Mike Frazier. I was appointed chairperson for the Election Integrity Board for Rowan County, representing the Republican side.
Now, is this about this item here?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, then, yeah. So what we're doing is we're taking comment on this permit to exceed the noise ordinance.
Okay, well, then I apologize.
Yeah, that's all right. That's okay. All right. Anyone else? All right.
Can I ask Shane? We normally put a rain date in when we give one of these out.
If they ask for one. I mean, it's all applicant driven. So if they want one, then we'll advertise to the public in this meeting that there's 2. There's not one requested.
Would it make it simple if we automatically had a rain date on these so that people wouldn't have to come back through here?
If they have one, then yes. And I would agree. I would probably think it'd be a good idea to have one, but don't want to speak for their scheduling. This is around the 4th, so maybe if this one doesn't work out, they may not have one this year and shoot for 24 possibly.
Either it's a lot of trouble to have to come back up here and wait on us to go through stuff again. Had a rain date on that.
I agree. If they want one, they can certainly ask for it. You can get all you want for the $50 application. So. Yes, sir.
The health department would probably verify this, but this didn't come up in the last one, and it's not going to be a big issue, but we have had some issues with some of the food at some events that's being provided. And so are these food trucks? Okay. Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay. All right. If there's no other questions, do we have a motion to approve PE 03-23?
So moved.
All right. We got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Pray for no rain, at least on that day. I hope it works out for you. Yes, sir. All right, we have some board appointments. First appointment will be Carl Short has applied for the reappointment to at-large seat at the Rowan Cabarrus Community College Board of Trustees. Motion and a second to approve that.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, and then John Benjamin Knox applied for reappointment at-large seat Agriculture Advisory Board. Motion and a second for him.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Corey Hill applied for reappointment to Labor Representative seat, the Central Line Workforce Development Board. Motion is second for Corey. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Home and Community Care Block Grant Committee, there's two openings. Patricia Murtaugh and Peggy Price applied for reappointment. Motion is second to approve those.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye. Juvenile Crime Prevention Council, Scott Teamer applied for the general public seat for JCPC. Motion and a second to approve, Scott.
So moved.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. And then Region F Aging Advisory Committee, Michael Agee, Alex Bruce, and Crystal Clement applied for at-large seats. Motion and a second to approve those.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We good, Madam Clerk? Everybody has someone that runs their life. I've got two of them. Yes, she says I'm honored. She keeps us on track, so we are grateful. And the other one, you know who that is, right? All right, I make a motion. The board is asked to enter in a closed session pursuant to North Carolina General Statute 143-318. 11A1 to consider approval of the minutes of a closed session held on April 3rd, 2023, as described by General Statute 143-318.10E, providing that minutes or an account of closed session may be withheld from public inspection so long as public inspection would frustrate the purpose of a closed session pursuant to North Carolina General Statute 143-318-11A3 to consult with an attorney employed or retained by the public body in order to preserve attorney-client privilege regarding a matter involving the North Carolina State Department of Transportation in Rowan County. Make that as a motion. Do we have a second? All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. We'll enter into closed session as soon as we empty the room. We'll close the doors and get started. Thank you all for coming. Have a great week. Oh, well, welcome. Welcome to all the leadership folks that are here. I didn't get that memo this time. I wondered why some of y'all were here, actually. I thought we had trouble brewing. So those of you that are here for leadership, thank you for being here. All right, we're back. No action coming out of our closed session. Do we have a motion to adjourn? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Have a great week.